I'm talking to myself.
Okay, I'm just waiting a notification, you all, and we're about to go live right now.
Yo, man, I need my mustache back. I ain't gonna lie.
Here we go. Perfect. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of the People's Podcast. This is our relationship edition when we deal with being for better or for worse. We have an incredible couple with us all the way from the West Coast out of Arizona, where they said it's 117 degrees out there today. So we're happy they took time out of their busy schedule to give us some information as well as inspiration. And that is none other than Brother Umar and Sister Asia Muhammad. First of all, assalamu alaikum. Yes, thank you all very much for taking time out of your schedule to come join us. My sister Miriam says, "Oh, the baby is adorable." Assalamu alaikum, family.
Oh,
Okay, so the first question that we want to know as the viewing audience is, who chose on who first? Who made the first move?
Man, that's a long story, huh? Can I get into that?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Okay, all right. So, can I turn this off? Okay, so, well, she was at the mosque, right? Like, cause I came out here in 2011, maybe around like 2015, 14, 15, something up in there. I started seeing her come to the mosque, and her mom would drop her off, and she would come by herself, and so that kind of piqued my interest because when I was younger, it was like my mom was making me go. You feel me? So it was like, man, your mom is dropping you off here, so it looked like you asked to come here. So that kind of just caught my attention. But she hate for me to tell the story because this is gonna get like, it's not romantic. But I didn't like her at all. So you know what I'm saying? So it was like, but that still caught my attention. Like, oh, I kind of just threw it out my head, like, oh, whatever. But as time moved forward, I was just doing security, MGT posts, the best place for a single brother to be. Real talk, man. But I was on MGT posts, and it was in that Phoenix weather. It might have been like 110 or something. And I was just sweating bullets out there. And I knocked on the door, and I asked her, I was like, do you mind, she came to the door. I was like, do you mind just grabbing some paper towels and bringing them James out? And the way she looked at me, she was kind of like confused, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, but at the same time, she, like, it wasn't something to say no to, but she was just kind of confused. So she kind of went and got it. And just the spirit that she had, it was like so different from all the experience that I had with other women in the world, as women, period. That really caught my interest too. And I still, it was still like in the back of my mind type of thing. What happened after that?
So after that, we just kind of ran into each other about 100 times.
It was Zuhair's party.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
My cousin had a party at her house, just like believers and stuff, young believers in the mosque. And me and my brother was there, and Asia was there with another young sister from the mosque that my brother wound up marrying. And we all kind of just like that night was just like, I don't know, like we already knew each other, but that night something just like set, you know what I'm saying? It was like something clicked. And for me, this is the part of the story she don't like. For me, it was like a constant battle. Like, all jokes aside, it was so weird because, once again, I didn't like her like that at all, like for real. She was just a cool sister, but I didn't think about her like that. And literally, like, a lot of people say literally and they lie, but literally, like, 1 minute I would think something like, oh yeah, maybe I should try and like, pursue a courtship or just be around her a little bit more to see if I want to pursue a courtship. And literally 5 minutes later, I'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had no interest. And 5 minutes later, again, it was switch. And it was to the point where it really felt like somebody was manipulating my mind and I was trying to fight it. And I literally went outside and I prayed to Allah. I said, why are you pushing us together? it sounds crazy, but that's literally how I felt. I said, why are you pushing us together? And I actually got a message back from him. And the message said, you think you better than her. And I was like, damn, like what type of response was that? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see that coming at all. And I had to really just sit back and look at myself. And those words wasn't for that time. Later on, I found out what that meant. And I just had kind of an issue where I would be real impatient with women in general, and just like, unless I was putting you on a pedestal, I was just like, like just like, yo, why you bother me? You know what I'm saying? Kind of long story short. And yeah, I went to Vegas later with my brother. We was trying to do some professional boxing. This is a long story, I'm sorry. But
take your time.
I'm trying to rush through it. I appreciate it. But yeah, let me go back a little bit too. I got to the point, low key, I was still young, but I got to the point where I was like, you don't really know somebody well enough to try and get married to them, whether they Muslim, out in the world, whatever. It's too scary. It's like I seen a lot of marriages just go the wrong way, and I just didn't really have faith in nobody. I was like, I'm cool just being single, like, if that's what it takes. Because I didn't want to get into something and then just get a divorce or whatever the case may be. So I got to the point where I was like, Allah is going to have to find my wife for me. So fast forward, when that was going on, I was like, that's when I was praying to him, like, why are you forcing us together like that? And that you think you better than her. Later on, I found that out about myself. Like, and I went through some stuff in life that really humbled me. I was never like crazy arrogant, but I was like silently arrogant. It was like a quiet arrogance. And what I went through in Vegas, just the way I was living and everything, when I came back to Phoenix, which is where we live, I seen her at my sister's baby shower or something. And it was like I had never seen her before. Like my eyes was like refreshed or something. And I was just like, oh my God. And from there, we just started courting like immediately. And then we got married shortly after. But yeah, man, that was definitely that was a lot. And I told her while we were recording, I was like, yo, Allah really wants us to be together. And I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out why, but he really wants us to be together. Like, and I can say one child later, and June, it's the 18th, and 12 days, inshallah, June 30th, that'll be 4 years we've been together. And I can definitely say that I realized why he wanted us together now. And, one child later, 4 years later, I totally understand. So long story short, short story long.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Thank you for your transparency. Sister Asia, I have a question for you. I just want to read the comments. My sister Naima sent the greetings. Sister Deborah from Phoenix is sending the greetings, and Lache Taylor says, "Assalamu alaikum." Everybody, some people showing you love. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe to the People's Podcast. Now, Sister Asia, what was you all's first date like?
Yeah, I really don't remember. We did a lot of like family type dates, dinner at either my mom's house or his mom's house and stuff like that.
Hey man, you ain't got to tell me I was living with my mom.
Okay, you can leave that out. So I really can't remember, but it was just a lot of family group dates.
Group dates. Okay, yes, ma'am. And well, speaking of families, Brother Umar, you come from a tight-knit family. How did your family approve Sister Asia? Or how do they feel about her? Did they approve?
Man, are they gonna be watching this later? No, it's I feel like it was really a rough patch, to be honest with you, first coming in. But I don't think it was any particular person's fault. I think it's just a natural part of life when a son starts to pull away from his mother and he starts getting different priorities and just start pulling back from the family, or even me and my brother was like super tight, and he started getting courting and engaged to his wife now around the same time that I was with Asia. So it was just like people's priorities in life started to shift and change, and it was a lot of ruptures there, some of them was unhealthy, to be honest with you. But I think that it came back for the better now at this point. And just like if it was done unintentionally, I think we came back. But whatever was done out of malice, that's still not totally healed because there's some other stuff going on with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting too specific, but I'm just saying.
Okay, yes, sir, yes, sir. And Sister Asia, for you, how did your family approve or feel about Brother Umar?
Well, luckily for him, my family loved him. Um, my mother referred to him as her son-in-law. So yeah, my family loved him.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, ma'am. And well, Sister Asia, how did the proposal go through your eyes? Tell us about the proposal.
Well, he proposed on my birthday and also his grandmother's birthday. We share the same birthday. So they're having a party for his grandmother for her birthday. And he was kind of giving a toast to them, to his grandparents, because they've been married for so many years.
Like 60-something.
Like 60-something years. And he was giving a toast to them. And he ended the toast by pretty much proposing to me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Listen,
proposing to me in front of everybody. So that was cool. Yeah.
And low key about that proposal though, I was gonna do it like by ourselves somewhere and just have somebody record it. But I had a close friend who was like, "Nah, man, you got to share that moment with everybody," you know. And you know, I'm somebody that's open to good ideas. If somebody bring it to me, convince me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get emotional with me. Convince me. And so he convinced me, and you know, I'm happy that he did do that because I was able to share that. We were able to share that with everybody. So.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And okay, well, Sister Asia, how did you know that Brother Umar was the one?
Well, I just liked, his personality. He was nice, he was funny, he was just cool to be around. He was serious about the teachings. And this might sound kind of dumb, but I told him once before that I knew I really liked him because I didn't get tired of being around him. Like I could talk to him pretty much all day, all night, and be around him all the time. And it wasn't like, okay, go leave me alone. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So
no, that's big coming from her. Like legit.
Yeah, I'm not a big people person.
She's not a people person. She gets sick of stuff if she try it. Like we get like a slush. She said, "Oh my God, that was so good. Oh yeah. Are we gonna go back and get another one?" Nah, I already had it. I'm done now. But she get bored of stuff real quick. But that's a big compliment right there. She don't even know.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, for you, Brother Umar, you coming from the boxing, being in the part of being a musician, being an artist. What made you choose? What made you know that it was that she was the one?
Man, I'll be honest with you. It go back to that situation from earlier. It was really a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It wouldn't. If this might not sound romantic. She would not have been my choice. I'm sorry to say. But yeah, it was really a lot. People might not believe that, but it was really a lot. That's the only way I can say it, man. And I understand it now. I understand why he was doing that. And what's crazy is me and my brother sat with the minister here in Phoenix and had a conversation with him. And he told us, he said, "Don't worry about the wife. The wife will come." It's just kind of like, we wasn't even on the subject of wives, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, she came, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was really a lot that made me realize that. Of course, I started learning things about her and, feeling comfortable with her being the mother of my child and knowing her. I always say, if you know the sphere of somebody's thoughts, you know how far they can go, because you don't fully know somebody. You don't fully know yourself in every situation. But if you kind of know the sphere of their thinking, like you can predict. It's kind of like the scientists, they like measure their thinking and write the history in advance.
Yes, sir.
Kind of the same thing with her. It's like I really knew she was a true believer. And something else too, because we actually, like how she was saying the families get together and all that, she actually came out and we went to a Savior's Day together. She stayed in the room with my mom, and my brother's wife stayed in the room with my mom. And me and my brother stayed in our own room. And we got into it at Savior's Day. And we actually split up at Savior's Day. And it was over a crazy situation. Nothing to do with her, but I had almost gotten into a fight at Savior's Day. But anyway, yeah, I just started seeing my mentality about certain things weren't right. And not saying I was totally wrong in that situation. I was like 10% wrong. And the other person was like 90. Keep it real. I was like 10% wrong in that. And she didn't really address the situation that well. And we, because of that, we wound up splitting or whatever. And later on, we came back together, and that's when we recorded and everything. But I'm saying all that to say, there were certain views that I had about certain things and certain avenues that I would take about life when things were to confront me. That just wasn't the best way. It wasn't even like, oh, you was a savage. No, it just wasn't the best way. And just being around her, seeing her different point of view of just seeing, we could be looking at the same thing from different angles, just kind of seeing stuff from her point of view changed me for the better, made me more patient. It made me more, what's the word? Just like willing to let things go, just like, oh, I'll take the high road. Okay, you got that one, I'll, whatever the case may be. So just seeing the way she handled things really gave me a different outlook. And it's just all of those things combined, but mainly the factor of Allah literally forcing us together is the reason why I knew she was the one.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And my sister Naima says, praise be to Allah. Excellent, excellent. Well, for you, Sister Asia, how did becoming a mother, how did that impact you?
It made me realize the importance of patience, for one. You have to have extreme amount of patience. It really makes you appreciate the little things, like the gifts that Allah really blesses you with, especially in a child, and just all the little things that they do, and you see them growing and taking their first steps, or learning to laugh for the first time, or kicking their legs, and just little things like that really makes you appreciate Allah and really know Allah, because like you had nothing to do with any of that, but you get to see, a child grow up, you know what I mean? I think that's the biggest change for me. Yeah.
Okay, great. And Sister Tamisha X Jones says, all praises to Allah. And for you, Bro Umar, what was it like witnessing your wife go through pregnancy? And were you in the room when she gave birth?
Yes, sir. I was in there. I was in there. It was I was actually just looking at videos yesterday of right before she went, like when we were in the hospital, right before she went into her room. Anyway, it was a different experience, and it really gave me a different view of her. And everybody says that, and you don't really understand it till it happened to you. Like, oh, you look at your wife different after that. Like, oh, you went through all of that to bring forth life. And yeah, that's real. As cliche as it might sound, seeing her go through that, and she took it like a G. I'm not gonna lie to you. The way movies make it look is crazy. Like compared to the way she actually took it, I was like, did that even hurt? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she did it without any complications or anything, without any drugs or anything, by Allah's grace. So that was beautiful. And just, man, just becoming a father after that, I didn't really feel it right away. It wasn't like, oh, this is my child. Like it didn't set in instantly with me. I think it was like when we went home and was watching some show, and the bassinet was on the side of us, and she was in the bassinet, and I was like, wow, just yesterday, or not, like 3 days ago, you weren't here. and now you are. Like it's so weird though, because when I think about life before having a child, it was like, what was I doing? I was just wasting time. Like I feel like I have so much more meaning in my life now. But it's the same way with marriage. Before I got married, I think back like, man, I wasn't married before. Like it's so weird. This person really becomes so much a part of your life, and then that child becomes so much a part of your life. It's just like, what were you doing before? Like, how did you not have your daughter there before? I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Okay, wonderful. My next question for you, Sister Asia, how was the wedding?
Well, we went to the courthouse for our wedding. Yes, we went to the courthouse for our wedding, so that was just pretty plain and simple. We had a couple of family members there. Not everybody was there.
Oh, you got to tell them about how I carried you.
Like, oh, and after the ceremony, he carried me to the car. The whole time he was huffing and puffing and looking like he was about to like pass out.
It was it was about a mile walk. I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, just put me down. It's okay.
It was about a mile walk. That thing was so far. It took me like 4 minutes to get to where I was going. Right? And I'm speed walking for 4 minutes. Come on. It was super far, bro.
With 107, I hope it wasn't 117 degrees like it is out there now.
It was the summertime. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. See? Something else on.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, we have a few more questions for you, and my sister Naima says so true. But I just want to give a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. This month, I want to just thank everyone who has continued to show love for the People's Podcast. Every like, share, subscribe matters, comment matters, and especially every donation and sponsorship. We thank you all. If you all like to be a sponsor or donor of the People's Podcast, please cash app the People's Podcast. Thank you very much. It means a lot to us. Also, my brother Rashad Muhammad, Street Premiere Media Production. He has a 4K camera, a drone. He does television and film editing. Thank you very much. If you all need anything like that, then reach out to Rashad. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. Make sure you all reach out and go get those. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. We love our tiny dancers. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country and in studio right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're coming right back to our couple. Out of the West Coast, MTS Car Burrows, any make, any model, any year, 30 to 50% off. If you all need some vehicles, make sure you reach out to the brothers on the West Coast. Raw Communications, if you're trying to write a book and you need some copy editing, project management, content development, media relations, or consulting, reach out to Raw Communications. If you're writing a book, reach out to Raw Communications, 872-215-5155. Also, Elevated Places out of Houston, Texas, where I am, what God says I am. They make kings and queens. I mean, their school is just phenomenal. Right out of there, Houston, Texas. Support Elevated Places. Brother Enoch Muhammad out of Chicago, Hip Hop Detox. It empowers youth and young adults towards a healthy lifestyle choices and productive life using a holistic approach. Thank you very much. We're coming back to our couple soon. Asiatic Minds Online. If you all have children and you don't want them to go back into the school system with the mask or whatever's going on, you can go virtually all across the world. Asiaticminds.com. Asiaticminds.com. Thank you very much. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you all across the country. Thank you very much, Brother Kenneth. If you all need your bow tie fresh, reach out to Brother Kenneth. Also, Sister Shireen, she does a great job with coloring books, agrichild.com, children's books and things. Choose life so that your seed may live. If you all want to reach out, please reach out to agrichild.com. Thank you very much, Sister Shireen Muhammad. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book on Amazon, and No Father, No Excuse. Thank you all very much for your sponsorships and donations. All right, boom, right back to our amazing couple. And thank you very much, Sister Lovett, for always showing love and support as well. Okay, so Umar, what advice would you give to future husbands?
That's a good question. Let me think. Um, I would say that you really don't have to establish yourself as a dominant presence. If you just be who you are supposed to be, and if you're a good man and you're being who you're supposed to be, and she's a good woman and she's doing what she's supposed to do, being who she's supposed to be, things will fall in place naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Never have to like walk around like I'm the man. You never have to. "Oh, I'm not helping with dishes. That's your job." That's suicide. You know what I'm saying? You never have to. No, you don't have to do that. Just be who you're supposed to be, and everything will fall in place if she is who she's supposed to be too. So I would, I would just stress that. I see too many people that's trying to be macho, like, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful. Okay, right away. Yes, ma'am. And Sister Asia, for you, ma'am, what advice would you give to future wives?
I would say one, get to know yourself and what stuff you like and don't like. Just really get to know yourself before you get into a marriage, so you don't lose yourself, or get lost in the sauce. You feel me? Um, and then two, I would say to be patient with yourself as you're going through the process of being a wife, because it's not like even if you kind of know everything you're supposed to know up front, you're just going to be easy going into it and you're going to be, oh, I'm going to be the perfect wife. It's like, no, you're going to need time, you're going to grow, you're going to change, you got to become one with another person. So it's just be patient with yourself and don't be so hard on yourself as you're still learning, going through the process.
Oh, can I double back on that real quick?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Communication.
Oh.
Communication. If you stressed out from work, whoever is stressed out, or from your day, let somebody, I don't know, whatever worked for you, but it's worked for me. If I'm stressed out and somebody talking to me and I'm stressed, so I'm kind of snappy and not really paying attention, instead of just making her feel like, man, he's just being snappy and not paying attention, I'll be like, hey, Asia, I'm a little stressed out right now. I'm just letting you know. So, if you keep talking to me, I'm trying my best to respond. But if I'm seeming a little off, it's because I am. That goes so far, and it don't take nothing but 20 seconds to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let somebody know what's on your mind. So I don't know about other people, but me, I'm always thinking like, oh, she seemed a little down. What did I do? What happened? What did I say? I'm trying to like dissect the whole day. If you just be upfront with somebody, that's one thing. Communication and patience. You're gonna run into the same issue over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it don't mean somebody's not listening or not trying to change. Well, I mean, if they are trying to change, sometimes the same thing will keep happening. But you have to take note of, okay, it used to happen 5 times out the week. Now it's happening 2 times out the week. Because you might say, like, see, you always doing this. And it's like, nah, I didn't do that for a week straight. Before I did it 3 weeks straight. So you got to really pay attention to people trying to do better and be patient with them through that. Yeah, I'll definitely write it down if you need to. I've done this.
Praise be so alive. Beautiful and great advice. Sister Minister Aisha from Phoenix says this: you all are her favorite couple. Praise be so alive. Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, now, Sister Asia, what has been your greatest trial in your marriage, and how have you overcome that trial?
I think I would say, I think I would have to say communication, like he said. For me, I know I'm not the best communicator, so that's definitely been a trial for me, learning how to communicate one and then communicate in the best way for him. You know what I mean? So I would not even say that I've overcome that trial yet, but I'm working towards it. And I think, kind of as we go, it gets a little bit better. And like you said, you kind of fall short a little bit, but then it gets a little bit better. Then you fall short, then it gets better and better. So inshallah, we'll get to a point where we won't have that issue anymore.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And for you, Brother Umar, what has been your greatest trial and how have you overcome that in marriage?
Um, well, I would say two things that I really went through and had to learn. One of them was outside influences. Sometimes just hearing stuff and then thinking like you're supposed to bring that back or or do something differently because this person said it. And then you start realizing like, no, this is my marriage. This is what works for me. It's all about compromise. I compromise on A, B, and C. So I mean, she compromised on A, B, and C. So I'm gonna let her have X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh, you need to talk to her about that, or you should tell her this. And it's like, nah, I'm straight. It's working. It's working. So like, I just take the L on that one. So that would be one thing. And the other thing is just trying to merge like minds with somebody. I'm very sensitive. So like how I was saying, not sensitive like oh, you called me a name, oh, I'm crying, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But sensitive to people's spirits. I could pick up on a down spirit. I could pick up on somebody getting a little frustrated as soon as it starts to happen. I could pick on somebody getting rubbed the wrong way. Like it's just a lot made me real sensitive to people's feelings like that. So that's hard for me. And how she mentioned communication, if she don't communicate certain things to me, but I'm picking up on it. And then I even say like, oh, what's going on? And she still, oh, nothing. We all know what that means. You know what I'm saying? We know what that means, but it's just like, yeah, just merging your life with somebody else's and picking up on all their feelings. That's difficult to me. Um, I don't know if that sounds goofy or not, but yeah, that's
No, it don't sound goofy. It doesn't sound goofy at all. It makes sense. And Sister Minister Aisha says, "True, do you?" Um, what has been your greatest joy, Sister Asia, in marriage? What has been your greatest joy?
Um, I would have to say having a child. That is like that's it's hard to put it into words, but that really is like the greatest feeling, you know what I mean? And to have a child with somebody that you love, and just it's really hard to put into words. It's really an unexplainable thing. It's just so beautiful. It's just great.
Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. And for you, Brother Umar, what has been your greatest joy?
and my greatest joy was just to get personal for a second. I always kind of felt like I was in the background of things, even within my own family. I don't talk the loudest unless I'm just having fun at a party. But just on a day-to-day basis, I feel like I'm kind of just like more reclusive almost, and just not really in front of anything. But when you build your own family, it's like it's centered around you, and just having people to depend on you. Because at one point, I was actually suicidal in my life. I never really tried anything. I tried to drown myself one time, which was a terrible way to go. And the water was super cold. So I was like, nope, I'm done. But anyway,
Praise be to Allah.
but anyway, yeah, so it's just like coming out of that type of mindset. I mean, I came out of it long before I got married. I would never jump. I don't suggest anybody jump into somebody dependent on you when you're feeling suicidal yesterday. That's not gonna go good. So Allah brought me out of that for some years, and I maintained joy and happiness in life. And then I got married. So just having people to depend on you and to notice things that you do, and like she said, having a child, so now your daughter loves you for who you are, and it's just like that's a beautiful thing. And I always said like I wanted to be somebody that's remembered as I wanted to be recognized as somebody who didn't want recognition. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it was like for one of my birthdays a few years ago, my wife actually wrote me a letter, and it's called "The Wisest Goofball." And she probably won't let me read it. She probably won't let me read it, but it was just like the stuff that she said in it. was just so on point with my character. And it's like, wow, you know, like you're really studying me. And it's just, that's a beautiful thing to have that type of love in your life when you feel like you kind of never really had it, you know? So I think that's my biggest joy.
Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Praise be to Allah. And thank everyone who's continued to show love in the comments and like, share, and subscribe. And I can't wait to put this on YouTube. If we're coming back because we want to definitely come back to Brother Umar because he's an artist and a musician. So we want to get his musical. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to get his musical expertise. But Sister Asia, for you, if you could choose a song that represented you all as a couple, like what would be your song? Like you know, like that's our song. That song represents us. What song would you choose?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm put on the spot. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do something real corny. He has a song called Heaven that he never put out yet, but yeah, I'm gonna go with his song called Heaven. It'll be out.
Okay. That's smart. That's that. And for you, Brother Umar, what song would you say is your wall song?
Well, just to give a little background on that Heaven song before I answer that question, that song is just talking about heaven being a state of mind and not a place in the sky after you die. And in that song at the end, I say heaven is such a wonderful sight. God bless me to find it within and in my wife and in our daughter. You know, so like it's more to it, but it's like that's why she picked that because it's low key like a nod to her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna pick the song called Navy Blue that I wrote for her for our anniversary. When we was 2 years deep, and I didn't release that till like we got 3 years deep. I was like, let me give this a year, and then I could put it. I want to put it out right away. And so, yeah, that song is just talking about pretty much the whole story. The first verse is just saying like, man, you know, I wasn't really feeling you like that, but then Allah start moving this thing, you know what I'm saying? And then the second verse is like, okay, we got married and we going through some challenges, but you know, let's help each other get through them. And then the third verse, let me just tell you how I start off because it's crazy. Listen.
Okay, go ahead, get it. Go ahead, spit it there. Go ahead, yes, sir.
All right, so her full name before marriage was Asia Camila Clay. And you know, I had Umar Muhammad. So when she got married, she got the Muhammad. I just wanted to give a little foreground.
Okay.
So I say, it's Umar Muhammad and Asia Camila Clay. Switch that Clay to a Muhammad like Muhammad Ali. Now you got a baby inside of your body, and I am the poppy. Will probably have around 7. Unless you try stopping me, I'm gonna be super dad. You can just be mommy. We can both support. I messed up.
You was going in.
Hey, listen, I messed up, but you know what I'm saying? I switched that Clay to a Muhammad. That's what I was saying.
Yes, sir. That was good, bro. That was good.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Speaking of your music, how can we support you and where can people listen to you at?
Man, you know, I don't got too much songs like on streaming and stuff like that, but you can find me on YouTube. Like almost all of my songs is on YouTube under Umar, UMAR, The Successor. Type in Umar the Successor. I just put out a new song calling out J Electronica. Woo! Hey, but it was all respect though. It was all respect.
Okay, Umar the Successor. Yes, sir. All right. Yep. My next question for you, Sister Asia, how did the quarantine affect you and your husband?
I think it affected us in a kind of in a positive way, but also not so much because he was still going out to work the same hours and stuff like that. But when he was home, we were pretty much just at home with each other. We couldn't really go out nowhere, be around anybody, and so that brought us closer together. You know, finding stuff to do at home. You know, just having fun with each other as opposed to going out. And it's like, oh, we're enjoying this movie, but it's like now we're enjoying our time together. You know what I mean? Just being around each other. So that's how I would say it impacted us.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Beautiful. And for you, Brother Umar, how does the quarantine affect you? You know, affect you all together?
I would have to agree. You know, it's just it took a little getting used to. You know, it's just like, oh snap. To be honest with you, it was just like a wake-up call to us as believers, you know, like even when the tissue was first going off the shelves, it was like, oh snap, we was talking about this for years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, this is a wake-up call. And so that was pretty cool. Just like living in the times and then everything that's happening, just kind of off subject, but everything that's happening in the world is just, it's just like now we got more right to say like, hey, look, this is the answers we've been saying all this time. So, you know, it just, that was cool. So the quarantine really didn't affect us in a negative way at all. I would say it was positive too. Like she said, we just spent more time around each other, and low key, both of us are homebodies already anyway. So like, only time we went out was to the movies or out to dinner. But like we, you know, we wasn't. Yeah, family too. Oh yeah, that was one thing though with the family. Yeah, that was like, whoa, did we not hang with family or what? So, but yeah, but nah. To answer your question, I think it was positive. Positive effect.
Okay, great. And everybody in the comments is saying beautiful. And Sister Rachel Neal Muhammad says wonderful. Praise be to Allah. Okay, we have one more question for you both, and we want to thank you again. Sister Asia, we'll start with you. What advice would you give to single people, who are looking to get married?
I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. I would say wait on Allah. You know, don't rush things. Be thorough in your courtship process. That's what I would say.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And for you, Brother Umar, what advice would you give to single people?
I got two things to say right off the bat.
Okay.
One, stop fronting. So many people just be fronting out here, man. Like, stop. You know, like if you looking for a wife or you looking for a husband, stop fronting like you don't want one. Like, oh, I could do bad about it. Stop fronting. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. Don't front. That's number one. Just be real. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two is I'm tired of hearing brothers talking about, oh, I gotta get myself together, bro. What does that mean? Do you gotta get rich? You gotta be a millionaire? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you not believe that Allah can help you provide a situation for yourself? You know, like when we were courting, man, I was broke, okay? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying everybody should start off that way, but I was trying to sell papers for a living. You said this is the last question. You got a little bit of time? Or
Man, take your time, bro. We right here with you, right here.
Okay, all right, cool. So I was selling papers heavy out here, and like I was getting like 100 something a day from papers, and it's like no black people in Phoenix, so that's impressive. I don't know how impressive that is in other cities, but here that's impressive. But yeah, I was getting like crazy money really from selling papers out here on a day-to-day basis, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat this as a real job. And I was only going out like 3-4 hours, so I was like, I'm gonna treat this like a 9 to 5 and really push this program. And as soon as I decided that, this is when we was courting, by the way. As soon as I decided that, it's like Allah said, nope. He just like, I don't know what it was. It's like he wanted to test my spirit or something. And I will be out there for 4 hours. I'll get like $2, man, for the whole day. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, like I can't get married on this, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just think he was really trying to test me. And I continue selling papers and everything. You know, the money wasn't the reason that got me out there. That wasn't going to stop me by his grace, you know? So I couldn't find a job. I couldn't get one. I got one job. It was horrible. I quit during orientation. She was mad at me. I didn't even know it till years later that she was mad at me. Man, she's a real one. but but I wound up getting a job at Wingstop, man, and I didn't even have a car. I was riding my bike to Wingstop every day. She was working at Walmart at the time, and she's actually making more money than me at Walmart. And they start cutting my hours so short. I was working like 2 days out the week, like 4 hours a day. So I would get like 8 hours for the whole week, $10 an hour or something like that. I was like, yo, what's going on? Like everything was just going bad, you know what I'm saying? And I was out there in the field, and there's actually a sister out here. I can't remember her name. I think it's Jasmine. Out here to drive buses, and I was selling papers, and she drove by, and she was on a bus, and I was like, "Oh, you drive? How do you get this job?" And she got a paper from me and told me the website to go to and everything. And I think it was like 10 days after we actually got married, I started that job. I had already applied and they accepted me, but I started the job like 10 days after we got married. And I did that for about 2 years. And my family opened up a group home, and that's where I'm at right now. And I actually work 2 days out the week now, and I'm making more money than I ever made like throughout my whole life, just working 2 days out the week. So it's just like a lot will take you through that journey. But I mean, you don't have to wait until you're rich. I understand you don't want to be Wingstop 8 hours a week. No, that was just that might have been goofy on my end. But like Allah will help you out. Like he's gonna help you to you trying to get married, you trying to do stuff the right way. He's gonna help you. He's gonna guide you. You don't have to have a Lexus and be making like $30 an hour to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like move out on faith, man. And my goal was to get her off her job. I never wanted her to have to work. So I think what was the second year? Second year. Yeah, like
No, 1 year.
yeah, 1 year.
1 year.
Yep, 1 year, less than a year, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, she got off her job. I was able to maintain everything, and it's been that way for like 3 years by God's grace. So, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, move out on faith and put Allah first. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I gotta get myself together. Man, you better get yourself together and get a wife. You know what I'm saying? Well, one more thing. She will help you accomplish those goals. We've done things together that I never saw myself doing. I'm not trying to flex or anything at all, because I ain't got it like that to flex. But we wound up buying a house together. That's not even something I imagined myself doing when I was single. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, she'll take you further. Y'all move further together. So I never really understood that concept. That's my advice. Get married. Stop playing.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And Sister Deborah Muhammad says beautiful. And I can't wait to put this on YouTube. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, sponsor, and donate to the People's Podcast. Everything that the believers and the people out there who show love have been doing. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Thank you very much again, Brother Umar and Sister Asia. Brother Umar, please send the greetings to your family, and Sister Asia do the same as well.
Yes, sir.